this episode of Paul's Asian Adventure, I'm going to cover the budget for October 2020. And this month, I spend a total of 71,157. Um, the percentages are as broken down here. Household came out to about 32%. Food came out to about 21%. GF, which is girlfriend, came out to about 18%. And then restaurant at almost 8%. Health 4.3, and some other small other things. So we'll start with the household, how it breaks down. My rent actually went down in October. Yeah, October I think it was. And so we'll start with the rent was 18.5. It's now 14.5. Um, and some other minor posts here, like a 500 post here. That was just like light bulbs, just minor things for the house. And then we have a 300 peso, which is $6. Uh, some cloths for washing. I have a 5,000 post here, and that was electricity, 5,000 pesos. And for you guys to translate to US dollar, just just use 50, even though it's a bit lower now. So 5,000 pesos, roughly 100 USD. And then some other expenses, but in the end, it cost me around $23,000 for the house, electricity, internet, and so on. So next, let's go to the next post, which is food. That's self-explanatory, but that's about 15,000 pesos, which is roughly 300 USD. And just different items. This is mostly if we go to hypermart or we go to any shops to buy food for the house. This doesn't include going to a restaurant or anything like that. So that's about roughly $300. But remember, we are two, so we are two people. So of course that comes out to about 150 a person, which is actually not bad at all. And yeah, so the biggest expense is obviously going to be at hypermart, as you can see here. That's a grocery store. That's where we go mostly. The next big expense would be my girlfriend, actually this time, which is pretty unusual, which is 18%, and we can go into why that is, and we'll go into that. So we'll start at the beginning of the month, and 150 pesos, what is that? It says school stuff for Jude, which is Judelin, which is Mia's sister. We're kind of supporting her with food and school and everything else. So, and then there's 1,000 pesos here, and that's for cleaning. That's Mia's sister that's taking care of Judelin, that comes for 2-3 hours to clean, and that of course is much more than what you would pay in the Philippines. Again, this is to help Judelin since her sister is taking care of Judelin. So it's our way of helping out. 5,000 peso here. Not sure why it doesn't say description, but if I remember correctly, that was when we opened Mia's bank account. So I deposited 5,000, and I am giving her a certain percentage of the YouTube revenue, as she helps me with that, both on editing and ideas and so on. So I deposit money into her account every so often. And then there's some small posts, these 2, 3, 400 pesos. That's probably stuff from Shopee. I'm not going to go through that. 2,000 pesos here. Again, that's for Judelin. That went to Mia's sister to help with Judelin expenses. So that's kind of the expenses there. And then we had a 2,600, which was a birthday dinner for family. So that was when Mia had her birthday, and I guess you guys saw her birthday video. So we paid for her family to have a birthday party with us, and I put that under girlfriend. As if I didn't have that girlfriend, I wouldn't have had that expense. But so in the end, that's not a lot of money for my girlfriend and her sister, and also parties. So really relatively inexpensive. The next big post is um, restaurant, which was 8%, which was 5,400 pesos, which is roughly $110. And that's just the cost of going to different restaurants here. Everything from 100 pesos, 150 pesos, which is around 3 US dollars, to 600 pesos, which is 12 US dollars. Here we have a post for 950, that's almost 20 US dollars. So just different days we go to the restaurant. Sometimes it's lunch, sometimes it's dinner, sometimes it's a cheap restaurant, sometimes it's a more expensive restaurant. But anyway, that amounted to 8% of my cost of living, and again, that was roughly $110. Transportation, that includes anything with my scooter, my Ninja 650, any repairs, oil changes, etc. That was actually pretty high because usually it's not that high at all, but that's 7%. And that includes, let's see, 500 pesos there, it's $10, doesn't say what it is. But that includes gas, all this 150, 100, 300, you can assume that's gas. Here I have a 1200, and that was bike repair. That would be the Ninja 650 that needs some small repairs. So again, not big expenses. Oh yeah, body it includes also body armor that we bought that month, both for me and Mia. And so health, that includes gym dues, any healthcare items like supplements, um, anything to do with health, going to the doctor and so on. So that's 3,035. My call it 3,000 pesos. My gym is about 1,350, so almost half of that. And then let's see what else is there here. There's social life here. That's basically coffee. So about 50 bucks on coffee, or 2,500 pesos on coffee. And self development, that is just, what is that, 1,700. um, oh yeah, that's just stuff I bought for the iPad. That's anything to do that helps me develop as a human being, whether it's a book or anything else. So um, that's basically it for the cost, and the total expenses for that month was, like I said, 71,157. Call it 72,000, which is let's see, 72,000. That is $1,400, 1,420, $1,430. Call it $1,450. So less than $1,500. So as long as I can keep my budget under 1,500, I'm happy camper. So usually we've been around 1,200. This month we came up to 1,500, and probably December will be up into the 2,000 because it's December, Christmas, right? Everybody's going to have their Christmas present. So that was October. So I'm missing November, and I'll do a quick budget video on that in about a week's time. Thank you. Bye bye. Hope you enjoyed this episode, and also before you go, don't forget to hit the subscribe button.